Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Mixed Media Mayhem, and today I'm going to attempt something I've never done, which is alcohol ink art in the corners of my page and some torn pattern paper. This is an original by Memory Keep Art. You can find her on Instagram, and she does absolutely incredible work. I'm going to pick up from this that I'm going to do mixed media here and here, trying to keep this area white. And then I'm going to stamp on top of that as soon as it dries. And I have this rubber stamp from Darkroom Door, and I'm going to use it without a block. I'm just going to kind of lay it down and rock it down so that it doesn't stamp perfectly. And then I have a couple stencils that I will use some white texture paste through. And I have some washi tape and title and stuff like that, and some Nuvo drops. So I'm just going to kind of put this aside. This is the original. I have no idea where I will end up with this. It's not going to have as many elements as she has on hers, and that's kind of because it's my first attempt, but I'm hoping it looks, you know, passable. If it doesn't, I'll start another video and do a different page. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, this is paper from this company called Nara, and it's 12 by 12, and it's especially made for alcohol ink. And the packaging is meant to protect your mat from any alcohol ink spillage. So the first thing I'm going to do is put drops of this blending solution on, and I'm going to put it in the areas there's some areas that it'll hit that and some areas that it won't. It'll be absorbed into the paper in the areas where it doesn't hit that, and it's going to kind of be absorbed by the paper. I'm going to mix a few colors. This one is it's a Tim Holtz color called Glacier, and I'm going to kind of get it blown around. I'll kind of blow it around. If I need to wet it a little bit more, this area up here kind of already dried, so I'm going to spritz it with this. I'm going to do another couple of colors, so this isn't, but this is going to be the main color, and you can see that that's kind of spreading across, and that's exactly what I want. Okay, now I'm going to do some more of this around where I'm going to mix the colors. And I'm going to go for a green here. It's called Lettuce, and it's kind of an olive green. Not especially pretty, but it contrasts nicely with that color. And then I'm going to go in beyond that with some teal, kind of. You can see where it's blending and kind of becoming a much nicer green. Okay, now I'm going to use this, which is called Stream. That's kind of a teal green, and I'm having a little trouble getting that open. It may be dried up. no, it's got some, there's some liquid in there. And I'm just gonna spray this. That's pretty close to the original color. Which I was not expecting, but you never can tell. Okay, and in her layout, she used the blues as a way to capture a feeling of cold. So mine, it's just kind of a color choice. It's not a, I'm not going for a particular feel or theme here. I'm kind of trying to figure out the technique. So you can kind of see things moving around, and I'm gonna tilt and tilt some more. I'm gonna blow around. I kind of would like this color to come to spread up that way. So I'm gonna try to lean it that way, tilt it that way. Not, whoops, not getting it. I'm gonna put that on there, trying to cover white spots. I kind of like that dot right there. I'm going to put some of this green. See, it fades out to a yellow. Okay, so I'll fill that in. Let me fill in down here. I might just add a little right there just to get, and I'll kind of fill that in. Okay, and I like that, so I'm not going to change it or try to fill anything in there. And that's kind of cool. I really like this over here where the alcohol took just a tiny bit of pigment with it. So I'm going to leave this, and I will kind of show you what I've done in the way of building my photo block. I have this photo of Barrett, me, and Katie at one of John's favorite restaurants on the night of our anniversary. And I've got a, I've distressed the edges. These are some scraps from a piece of Pretty Little Studios Sunkissed. And it had kind of a nice teal color to it, and I liked that, and it's gonna go there, and hopefully I have corner pieces that'll fill that in. If not, I can always add more stuff. And since the name of the restaurant is Hola, and that means hello in Spanish, I'm going to make hello my title. I'm going to put it right there. I want to add, whoops, there goes some light. There we go. I want to add a strip of washi tape that has stars on it, just as an accent to my photo cluster. So let me do that. I'm gonna kind of push that so that I don't get alcohol on here. I'm going to tear that a little bit smaller than I had it. And I'm gonna kind of slide it under the photo there. And let it hang off, let the ends hang off so that it looks a little messy or kind of distressed-ish. So, and I'm gonna kind of pick at the ends of it so that it looks distressed like the papers do, and it'll kind of curl up. Okay. So that's, I'm just going to kind of put right here. Right now, I can see that this is not dry. So, I'm going to try this. I used quite a lot of the blending solution, which kind of kept re-wetting it. Okay, so I'm going to try this, and it's going to blow the color around and make some interesting texture. I don't want to get too much heat on this, on my mat, because it will warp. Been there, done that. I wonder, okay. I wonder if I roll some paper towel. I've never done that on alcohol ink. I haven't ever had to because it dries fast enough, but let's see what happens. It can only create interesting texture, right? And I just don't want to be stamping on top of wet alcohol ink. But I think we're good. There's not much that came up, just a little bit kind of right in here. And it didn't change the overall look of the piece. So I'm done with the alcohol. I'm going to get it on a more flatter surface. I'm going to pull that off. And let's do the stamping first. And this has, it has like calculations and ledger sheet kinds of things. It's called Number Medley, and it's the kind of, it's a nod to John. It's a, John was kind of a financial-ish numbers guy. So I'm going to keep this, I'm going to ink it up and then use it, kind of parts of it in different places. So I'm going to kind of go like that. Ooh, like that look. And then let me kind of come down here and go like so. Whoops. That kind of over stamped-ish. But that's okay because we're going to cover it up with either the photo or texture paste. So to figure out where I want the texture paste to go, I'm going to put my photo back. It's going to go kind of right here. So I'm thinking some texture paste up along here and down along here and kind of up there and down there. So we'll see. I'm glad this one came out a little bit better than this one because this is mostly going to get covered up. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 different stencils, not at the same time, obviously, and I'm just going to do parts of them. This one has a, I don't know what kind of texture you'd call that. Let's see if I can, well, I can always bring it down there. And I'm using fluffy white texture paste. And I'm going to start it up at the top with white on white. And then kind of bring it down and just kind of scrape it just part way down here. Then I'm going to lift it up and I'm going to move it here. Well, actually, let's move it right here. Kind of get it lined up there and get some over that area where the numbers doubled over each other. So that's good. And then I'm going to do just a little bit right in through here. There. Now, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do it this way. And this is all going to show. I'm not going to have any photo covering it up. So I really want this to look nice. And I'm going to extend it down past the inking. Okay, ooh, I do like that. And you see when you don't scrape it all the way through, a little bit of that color comes through and it just looks so nice. So I'm going to put this here. And do that. And I'm going to pick that up. Okay. So far, so good. I'm going to put this off to the side on top of some paper towels so that I can get that in as quick as possible to get it rinsed. Now this one, I'm using this is a dotty sort of stencil. These are both by Scrap-A-Sketch at scrap-a-sketch.com. And I'm going to do kind of just a thin line of these dots. Kind of like that. And then I'll do another set kind of down here. I may have scraped a little too much texture paste onto my applicator here, my palette knife. Okay, let me close up the ink. Okay, And I'm going to put that down and that down and this over, and I'm going to right now try to clean some ink off my fingers because I've picked some up. There's an interesting pattern down here where the texture paste is picking up the ink underneath it. The black ink is coming up. The alcohol ink doesn't seem to come up into the texture paste, but it really has the look I wanted. I'm very happy with it. So let me do the corners. This corner, see, I'm going to cover up a lot of that. Unless I tear this a lot smaller, I'm going to tear it smaller. And I'm going to kind of fold it back. And this piece of paper right here, come on. I don't have it squared on that corner, or the paper isn't square. I'm not sure what the problem is, but it's not meeting at the corner. That's okay. I can handle that. All right. So the color inspiration for this color came from this piece of paper. And I've got this, which has, and they both have sideways writing. This is, again, doesn't seem like it's gonna end up square, but we'll see. And otherwise, these colors seem not to be right at all. I'm going to do this as carefully as possible. Not sure what's going on there, because this is definitely square with that. There's no overhang there. Okay, so now let's get this on here. And what I'm going to do here is put some, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do liquid glue, because of the texture that's there. I'm afraid this wouldn't, just regular dry adhesive wouldn't make it stick. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to really press it down so it'll press through that texture paste. I have this little flower to kind of go on the side here. Let me put the, oh, you know what? I should have, well, that's gonna work, actually. It is gonna work. I'm gonna put the glue over here on these letters, the E-L-L-O, because the H is gonna overlap the photo, and it's gonna have a different elevation, let's say. So do that, and the texture is kind of showing through. I think that's on there. I think this is trash. And I need a hot pink element, and I wasn't sure where to put it. I know I like the washi tape there, so maybe I will put it back here. Or I could have it coming out of here, because you see that's an area that the color didn't go. So I'm going to have it peeking out from under there. Okay. And then I may find something else to put over there with it. Let me see if I can find there's a little bit of a floral bit right here that I can kind of cut off and put in under there. I have to take that up first. It's not going to come up. That is really stuck down. Okay, there. And that's good there. Now I need to know where to put my, let's see what my requirements are. Stars and Washi, song title, it's a Lionel Richie song. Stamping we've got, and Nuvo drops. So Nuvo drops are the last remaining thing. And I'm going to use them where? Maybe let's see. I might put some here, just a kind of to make it look like almost a textural, like a texture paste kind of element. There, and I'll do the same over here. I just love that stamping on the alcohol ink. And then with white texture paste and a white background, it kind of makes it look like the white has shown through. Okay, I think we're done. You know what? Well, I'm just going to leave that. I think that's kind of interesting. Okay. So it's not exactly the same as the original, but I'm very happy with the alcohol ink and the stamping and texture paste on top of it. So thank you for watching, and I hope you're inspired to maybe play around with some alcohol ink. Again, the paper I ordered, Tim Holtz makes and sells this size and also 8.5 by 11 gloss finish paper. It's a little bit, it performs a little bit differently from this actually. But these guys have it in 12 by 12. It's not cheap. And I got the thinnest paper. This is kind of for real artists, I suppose. And it's, I think, narasyntheticpaper.com is the website. But I got it from Amazon. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.